Greetings, my Taurus family. It is I, Alexander, from Galactic Tarot with your July romance spread. I am a little excited today to share with you this, kind of new format. Not completely new, but we're not going to be doing the regular reading we did last month for this romance spread. Spirit asked me to do more of a similar reading of what I do on Facebook every week, what I've been doing for years with the physical and the energetic representations, because there's a gnarly alignment going on with the wounded healer known as Chiron. It's conjunct Mars right now, and I'm watching this have really, I'll say the word interesting effects on loved ones, on family members, friends. I'm watching a lot of people go through this healing, as well as myself and the people around me. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more information about that I'll be doing today too. And when in terms of this healing, that's why we're looking at things in this physical and energetic manner today. So we might go back to the old format next month, but for this month it's going to be a 3-card spread for the physical and a 3-card spread for the energetic. And we're still going to be looking at things in terms of romance, but something different I'm sure is going to come up in every video I record today and maybe tomorrow, depending on how long these take to do. So without further ado, I'm going to start shuffling, but I'd love it if you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button. There's a bell notification to see when we go live. I will be going live sometime within the next week, giving you guys full readings, okay? And there's going to be specific parameters and how and why I'm doing those, but if you hit that bell notification, you're going to be able to see when I go live, and make sure you get in there for your chance to get an absolutely free reading. I absolutely love you guys. Without further ado, like I said, let's start shuffling. So in accordance with the highest benevolent force in the universe, I am aligning these cards with that force, with that source, with the original creator of my soul to give you guys the most accurate reading in a quantum manner for the zodiac sign of Taurus and everybody watching this now. So I know this this Chiron thing that I'm talking about today in these videos, it has nothing to do with romance, or maybe it does depending sign to sign, but with this powerful astrological alignment, I couldn't help but having this format and having the ability to sit here, and I was going to be sitting down to record these videos anyways, let you know what's going on in your lives and the lives of the people around you, just to bring a little sense to it all. So I have some notes. I'm going to shuffle first, and then I'm going to read the notes for Taurus. That it? 2 more. Okay. And spread for Taurus. Oh, the kids popped out. Inner child. Ooh, child. Romance spread for Taurus. What do we have for Johnny? There, okay. I can feel that one. There we go. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so we're doing the old 3x3. Okay. Ooh. And what's at the bottom? Okay, let me just hold this up over here so I don't get that mean old glare on it. Okay, Ace of Wands. So we are seeing something that might have to do with the computer. This card can represent what we like to call sexy time. So I'm going to be looking at that in retrospect of what's going on in the reading. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. We try, we do our best to keep it PG-13 here. So Chiron conjunct Mars and Aries. It's about inner wounds being triggered through aggression, attacks on our identities, our values, how we define ourselves. looking at your natal Chiron placement and what it is in Aries to see how we can use this energy to transform. That's what's really important right now. If you guys are on this quest to healing, you might look it up. When I looked up mine, I was like, oh yeah, I used to do that. I found that in myself through this path of bettering and mastering self. But there were definitely some things that needed to be looked at and addressed and be like, oh wow, that's why that happens. Oh wow, that's this or that. Because like I was telling you guys earlier, this is about the wounded healer, okay? So for Taurus, these individual notes for Taurus, there could be things healing with self-worth, disappointment in self about money, about finances, just the general sense of security, neglect or not having what you need or thinking you don't have what you need. There can be resistance to change and a little bit of either, something about following the flock, feeling like you need to, or kind of rebelling against that, seeing that throughout your life. So with this, just kind of like taking the time, like I said, to find where it is also in Aries, in what house, and then looking up what that transit means for you was incredibly validating for myself. And you can also look, in the other videos of your ascendant sign, your moon, and definitely the Mars, because that's what this is conjunct. It's conjunct Mars. So if you look up your natal chart and you see where your Mars is, what your Mars is, you might want to also watch the other video instead of just this one for the sun sign, because I'll be doing these, kind of Chiron interpretations for you as well with all these. So now let's get right into the romance spread, and we're going to see what's going on here. All right, so... Okay. All right. So actually, there's going to be an interpretation for the guys and for the gals out there. However you identify yourself. We're going to be having a physical and energetic. So I'm going to have to do two today. This is very interesting, the way Spirit's communicating through this. All right. So... okay, let's just get right into it. We're doing this. We're doing this today, family. Here we go. All right. So this card can normally be a celebration, but by seeing what else this is with, for the goddess out there, this could be representing some ex that did some sort of cheating that needs to be healed, that needs to be crossed over, that needs to be in whatever manner faced and dissolved, to really find the best person, or to be the best version of ourselves that we can be with our lover that we're already with. Like I told you, this is a totally different format from last month. This is showing what's really going on. This is what Spirit was communicating they wanted to happen. So let me just show you this alignment. So the physical is this, maybe too many people in the picture, maybe too many women, maybe, too many men. And then we have this guy, this very, very loving man. Remember what was at the bottom of the deck. This card can represent, like I said, sex in general, physical, emotional. It can represent the computer, it can represent magic, it can represent other things. But my first interpretation is this is something that's, healing from the past, okay? So we get this celebration card, and then we got this right here. So this can represent too many people were in the picture with a certain man that was in our lives or is in our lives, okay? Then it goes to the next card, working, what we're working on. And for the goddess, this card's at the bottom, this card's in the energetic. So this message has been coming up a lot in my personal readings. And I'd like to share this with you today. So if you look up the ancient definition of the word witch, the original definition is to take something apart or to dismantle something. A lot of these words that became negative connotations towards certain things, the original definition has nothing to do with what the word means. Like if you go and look up the original translation for sinister, people hear the word sinister and they think evil. but the original translation was left-handed. If you look it up in Latin, when this word was first created, sinister just meant left-handed, and there was nothing wrong with that when that word was created. There wasn't synonyms, saying that it meant left-handed and evil. It was the the church that would kind of have nuns or certain people smack people with the ruler for picking up the pen or the utensil to eat with their left hand. And I believe a lot of this was control. When I look at my my spiritual family, my family out in Sedona, my family all over the world, I see a very high percentage of left-handed people. At one point when I was living with Brother Rion, I mean, he's left-handed, I'm left-handed, and then we had another roommate, my brother. He was also left-handed. So, what are the odds that 3 people are living in one domain, all left-handed? When we do math or when we do writing, and this uses basically the left side of the brain, we're now doing this work with not only the left side of the brain, which is going to be forced, but also the right side of the brain. So part of this might have been a control structure to not allow people to be doing this analytical work, but activating their spirituality and their true reasoning and sense of self and all these powerful aspects that are on the feminine side of the brain. I'm totally going off on a tangent here, but the moral of the story is this card at the bottom. This is what's being worked on right now. So for a lot of the Taurus right now, so this message is more for the goddess. The message for the man is, maybe he wanted, something that wasn't serving him now. Maybe he wanted either orgies or, more than one woman, having someone on the side. And that needs to be, doesn't need to be healed, but I mean, search within yourself and see if that's serving you anymore. But for the goddess, it's showing that what she's working on in the physical is this energetic card that's at the bottom, this card that represents this witch. So, this is the message that's been coming through in the readings, like I said, in the personal readings. So what? So what if you were? This is what we came here to do. We came here to take apart all this stuff that is not serving anyone, every man, woman, and child, and put it together in a better manner. So this is something that it doesn't even really need to be the healing. It's the belief structure and the way that we look at it that I would love to just kind of hold space for you guys. Hold space that, and I went through this. I've seen the past lifetimes, and, I've done the research, and I've had my outbursts in school when they're telling me only one person in civic responsibility, only one goddess was burned in Salem. And I was just like outraged. And then they said, well, what are you basing this on? And I didn't have an answer because I didn't know it was intuition. I didn't know it was past lives that were healing this. So that's my message to you is, so what? So what if you are? What if you were the best at taking things apart? And that's why this thing needs to be healed. That's why these past life circumstances need to be healed at this time, because this was something that was a structure that was built over thousands of years. So of course, these powers that were would not have wanted that to be dismantled. And you are the best at dismantling it, okay? So looking at what the definition really means and looking at what the word really means, and who cares what they thought about you when you were a kid? And I'm not saying to be apathetic. I'm telling you that this is a good thing, and this is showing you your true power and your true intuition over the course of lifetimes, instead of just looking at it in, oh, I was traumatized this one time or these 2 times and ridiculed for this. What that word really means, and the protecting of the books and the protecting of the knowledge and the knowledge of herbs and medicines is what this really was. And I'm going way over on time, but that's okay. I really want to get this message out to everybody, never mind just the sign of Taurus, but you guys just wanted to do healing and to, put things back together in a better manner. Like you were like mothers for the planet. And just this view is what's being healed. Like I said, it's in the energetic position. And I would love for that view to be healed. And that's what this is showing. These last 2 cards are in the physical. This morning is this crying over spilled milk, this thing that happened. And energetically, a new beginning. So I hope the words that I've shared with you today can help you with that new beginning. I hope that you've already been on this path and this is already almost healed. But, I'm sitting here in a state of co-creation with you guys to, you know, manifest that this heals, to manifest that, you know, this doesn't have to be looked at in the way that it is a lot of times, because a lot of times when I'm doing these sessions, it becomes like more of a healing session instead of a tarot session, and it's, you know, these words just need to be heard. And I just want to remind you guys that you're the best. There's something that you watching this right now, there's something that you're better at than anybody else on this planet. And just holding space and knowing that, and not looking at it as ego or pride, and just finding that thing that you are the best at, you know, because, you know, just as the reminder to this whole thing, this self-worth, disappointment in self, about, you know, this whole Chiron thing. When we know we're the best, and we know we're the best at something, and we know, like I said, this whole like, well, so what if I was a witch? What if I was the best witch that ever existed? You know, there's a lot of these guys that, like, they're attracted to this. They're attracted to your level of power. And there's a lot of control that's went on in the past. So whether or not it's the guy changing his view on love, or changing his view on romance, or just shifting his ways that's watching this, or whether it's the goddess that, you know, just letting you know what you're truly healing right now, and letting you know, when that is. So when you're in that state, just to kind of wrap up why I'm saying all this, when you're in that state of knowing you're the best and knowing that you're awesome, and that belief structure, once that's really truly anchored in the heart, that's when you meet that person that knows that they're the best. And that's when, you know, all these, you know, whether you're in a pre-existing relationship, you know, you might see something that's no longer serving you, or you shifting this within yourself, you might start getting along even better with that person. So, thank you guys so very much. That got a little bit hot and heavy today, a little bit more than what I was expecting, but, you know, when Spirit tells me to switch something up, I do it. And I roll with the punches, and I let you guys know what needs to be said, and that needed to be said. Guys, figure out what you really want. Figure out if that's serving the goddess. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. You know, if you're in one of those cliques, that's what you're doing, and that's what you like, and so be it. You know, maybe someday that'll shift. You know, that's you. You do you. I love you. I love you exactly how you are. But this is showing, you know, this wants to be healed, and this wants to be shifted, because there's this card in the future that shows crying over spilled milk. So maybe you're going to realize that that's not all it's cracked up to be. And for the goddess, you know, this is just a quest for power. For whoever this guy is who cheated or whatever it was trying to control you, releasing it and knowing that that was happening, because it's been happening for thousands of years, and just, you know, setting that intention. Like I said, you're the best, you're awesome. And this new beginning, I'm just holding space for this new beginning so you can get what you truly deserve, and what you deserve is the best. I promise you that. I love you guys so much. Please like, please subscribe, hit that bell notification to see when I go live very, very soon with free readings just for you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. August readings. Love you all.